Hello everybody, today we are going to look about the actionable claims under transfer of property law. I am S. Kirti Rakshia, studying third year at a law school. So actionable claim, it literally means that it's a claim or a debt for which one can take any action. The name itself says that he is claiming or taking an action for some debt. And this debt an actionable claim holder can move to the court for recovery of money, provided this debt has to be unsecured, and the actionable claim is similar to the chosen action as in English law. Actionable claim is defined under Section 3 of Transfer of Property Act and is being added by the Amending Act of 1990. It is dealt under Chapter 8 of Transfer of Property Act 1882. So actionable claim, Section 3 defines actionable claim as an intangible movable property, and actionable claim means claim to an unsecured debt or a beneficial interest in movable properties. The parties to the actionable claim are transferor and transferee. There are two parties. So the subject matter of actionable claim involves intangible immovable property, transferable property, unsecured debt, and beneficial interest of movable property. So these are the four important essentials or the subject matter of actionable claim. Modes of transfer is given under Section 130 of Transfer of Property Act. There are three modes of transfer regarding the actionable claim. One is the transfer can be done by only a written instrument and not oral one, and it has to be signed by the transferor or his legal agent. Then the transfer will be complete. So only if these three conditions are proved, then the modes of transfer regarding the actionable claim is said to have been done. Now the exception for Section 130 is it does not apply on the transfer of marine and insurance of fire policy. Simon Thomas versus State of Bank of Travancore. In this case, it has been held that there should be an intention to transfer the debt represented by the written receipt. Provided if there is no intention, then the transfer will not take place. Now, what are all the subject that is excluded under actionable claim? Right to get damages under the law of tort or for the breach of a contract. This cannot be transferred as an actionable claim because there is an uncertain amount of money and hence it is non-transferable. And claim of mesne properties. Here again it is uncertain and hence it's non-transferable. Copyrights, patents and trademarks, they are related to a personal document and it is available to the particular reason as soon as the copyright or patent has been provided. So this cannot be transferred under actionable claim. The next is decree or judgment of a debt. Here after the judgment no action can be made and hence it is a non-transferable subject. Now what are the rights and liabilities of the parties? Section 130 states that on execution of an instrument in writing duly signed by the transferor, all the rights and remedies of the transferor will transfer back to the transferee. So, and this transferee of an actionable claim is entitled to institute a suit or proceeding on his own name and can do so without seeking the consent of transferor to do so and without making him a party. Thus, the transfer of an actionable claim can be made with or without the consideration. Registration of an actionable claim, whether it's necessary or not necessary. Registration may or may not be made, both even if it is made or not made, it does not have an impact. So it's not necessary that a registration has to be done, but the agreement has to be in written format and should be signed by both the parties. If the agreement is in oral, then the agreement is invalid or void and will not be taken into consideration when coming for a claim in the court. Transfer of actionable claims in certain circumstances may be recognized even if it is in violation of Section 130. This has been given under various case laws. Now, case law Jay Narayanan versus Kishun Dutta, it was held that a claim for mesne profit is not an actionable claim because mesne profits are unliquidated damages and it is not a claim to any beneficial interest in movable property, not in the possession either actual or constructive of the claimant. Thus, it was just a mere right to sue and not an actionable claim. Here, the subject matter, the essential conditions for the actionable claim is not met here under mesne profit and hence it is not an actionable claim. Jugal Kishore Saraf versus Raw Cotton Company Limited. The Supreme Court held that a judgment, debt or a decree is not an actionable claim for action is necessary. In Lakshmi Kore versus State of Bihar, the court has pointed out the transfer of arrears of rent is a type of a transfer of actionable claim, and the transfer of arrears of rent would be transferred in accordance with the provisions of Transfer of Property Act. And at last, in case of Rekat Kori, where the court said that the transfer of arrears of rent is really a transfer of actionable claim and it could be transferred in accordance with the rules and regulations of Transfer of Property Act. So that's all about the case laws regarding it. So to sum up the video, the term actionable claim is that very type of debt in a movable property which would be enforced by the court. And under this meaning, any kind of claim of money, whether the amount was fixed or the amount was also uncertain, it's an actionable claim. Sometimes these were made confusions and they're also used to be conflict decisions, and the law was not uniform or not clear. So in the Transfer of Property Act, the law has to be amended and provide the rights and liabilities of both parties in the transactions very clearly. So this is all about actionable claim. Thank you.